In the final preparations for the feast of Eid al-Adha, locally known as Tobaski. Many Muslims have been busy to acquire a ram for the feast. Those that are not well off were being catered for by an Islamic group NGO called Hassini in collaboration with Siyamatul Hayat Relief Organization. The two charitable agencies make distribution of hundreds of cattle to help Muslims all over the country. Adnan Saglam, head of the organization, spoke of the importance of the distribution, which he says is mandatory on his group to help the needy and the less fortunate. The move was greatly appreciated by the beneficiaries, most of whom hailed their donors, while describing the gesture as one that is in line with the teachings of Islam.
Yeah, it's a good initiative because as our faith dictates, that's our religion, that we share what we have, especially those who have more than those who have less. You share with them, and that's what they are doing, sharing with the less privileged.
Baba Kujabi, Secretary General of the organization, and Mohamed Salif Ba of the Supreme Islamic Council both add their voice in authenticating that caring and sharing among Muslims is part of the Prophet's Sunnah. The two relief agencies are expected to replicate the distribution in other parts of the country. For Grts News, I am Fatou Jassi.
The National Assembly Public Accounts and Public Enterprises Committee Wednesday rejected the annual activity report and financial statement of the National Environment Agency. The move by the legislators was attributed to what they observed to be NEA's non-compliance with the demands of the joint session. The explanation was offered to Grts by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Abdoulaye Bojang, who disclosed that the agency will now reappear before the House in November.
We have all heard together that this joint session has unanimously resolved not to receive and consider your reports on audited financial statements for the years 2010, 2011. This is because of one. First and foremost, you may recall that your institution under your management has last year failed to comply with the requirements for lawful parliamentary oversight by failing to submit your annual report and audited financial statements in good time. Consequently, you were marked as non-compliant and deferred to the current 2012 session. 2. You may also recall that this joint session, at its pre-session briefing of the 3rd September 2012, have issued directives for you and all other public enterprises and agencies to include in your respective annual reports an update on the 2011 PAC-PEC report recommendations. B, a comprehensive list of their current staff payroll. C, a comprehensive list of all staff undergoing training, both local and overseas, with or without study leave, with salary, date of appointment, date of commencement of study leave, return date and source of sponsorship. Because you have failed either by design or default to include the aforesaid information in your current report, you are therefore found to be still non-compliant and cannot satisfy the basic requirements for reporting. Accordingly, therefore, the joint session has unanimously resolved to reject and not to receive or consider your reports and financial statements until you meet the aforesaid requirements. As a result, you are summoned to appear before this joint session on Monday, the 12th November 2012 at 3 p.m. prompt and without failure.
The Speaker of the National Assembly there, Honorable Abdoulaye Bojang, speaking about the NEA's non-compliance with the demands of the joint session. Efforts to provide lasting solution to the poor state of roads in Banjul have kick-started with work being carried out in affected streets in the capital. Louis Mendy joined a team of stakeholders constituting the Banjul City Council, National Roads Authority and NAWEC, and reports the workers are taking into account factors like Banjul's high water table.
In Banjul, major roads in deplorable states are under construction. A fat package provided by the government is reserved for the job. Right from this spot adjacent to the cathedral, the Independence Drive Road, Hagan and the Cotton Street roads are among the many other roads to be given a new facelift.
We have an existing contract in place for some critical and major roads in Banjul. Among them are, of course, this one right in front of us, the Lasowaf Box Bar connection. We also have part of Hagan Street in it. But as you can see, the effects of global climate change are being felt in Banjul. We have all seen the damages we've incurred during the past rainy season, and in fact, which permitted, in fact, over those periods, the contractor had to suspend works.
The National Roads Authority, based on their professional engineering judgment, decide this time around reinforced concrete would be used for the construction and maintenance of new roads in the city, as was used in the past. The objective is to provide lasting solutions to road conditions in Banjul, taking into account the city's high water table.
Concrete roads, why? Because we think they are more durable and of course offer better serviceability than asphalt roads, especially in conditions in Banjul, where we have the water table well within a meter. Of course, we have the drainage issues, the pump house, of course, we know it's not working. When we were on Hagan Street, on Grand Street, we saw the water instead of draining into the polder area, it is draining back into the city. That is a problem. To be able to construct asphalt roads in such conditions and achieve the desired durability would definitely be a problem.
Banjul is becoming more of an industrial than a residential city. A recent tour of the bar roads to benefit from this mega project reveals, aside from the city's high water table, other factors are responsible for the speedy damage of the city roads. Trucks with heavy burden as they load and discharge at warehouses.
We have seen the big trucks and the stores, you know, and that is why I'm saying that it's multi-sectoral. Once the roads are completed, then we would call all major stakeholders, involving the police, of course, to address that problem of roads. Banjul is now becoming more of a commercial than residential, because even within the residential areas, as you have seen, you see big trucks parking on both sides of the road with containers, and they are so heavy that the present road conditions cannot actually sustain them. That is why the technical expertise of the NRA is very important. And
sewage management is also a problem in the city, a situation NAWEC officials as stakeholders in road construction are poised to address alongside this project.
Well, actually, yes. In fact, this has been an issue for quite some time now. We have all been going around Banjul and seeing the situation as it is now has been a concern for us, really. And we do appreciate that at least the BCC, the NRA, are taking some measures to try to remedy the situation. While this is going on, actually, we have the sewage network in Banjul. Currently, all compounds in Banjul are connected to the sewage network. We have water connections also. All compounds in Banjul are connected to the water network.
225 centimeters is the estimated thickness of the new roads, with a blinding layer of 50 meters underneath to stop the upwards ingression of water for roads durability. As the city mayor explains, the city's lighting system would also be improved alongside the project. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
First break. When we come back, we'll take a look at international news. Stay tuned in.
You think you are Gambia's funniest comedian? It's time. Time to pick up a form from Grts building along the MDI Road, Kanifing. Gambia's funniest coming soon.